Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Sunday. Yeah, so those of you on our Discord, my apologies. I popped in that we were going to be enjoying a Saturday night flight. It is obviously Sunday. I can only explain that by the fact that tomorrow here in the UK is a bank holiday, so I know I'm not working tomorrow, and in my mind that just confused the heck out of me, so I thought, well, it must be Saturday, I've got no work tomorrow. That is of course not the case. It is Sunday night, so a little earlier start than normal means we can do a slightly longer flight than normal, and I don't know why. I've been hankering going to a Greek island for a while now, and they're usually quite long flights. This one's about 1 hour 40 minutes, I think, flight time. So this is a real world schedule as well, guys. So real world as normal here on the channel from Naples to Cos, which has a nice RNAV approach coming up to it. We're on live weather. We are not on live time. I've rolled the sun back a couple of hours, so we might get a nighttime landing, we might get a dusk landing, that kind of thing. So either way, I'm sure it'll be fine. Plus, with a daytime set, we get that lovely view of Mount Vesuvius in the background, so that's great to see as well. Von McLean celebrating 13 months of membership. Von McLean, thank you so much. Welcome on board tonight, Von. I know you've been a bit busy recently, haven't you? So not had a chance to join us, but good to see you back with us this evening for our Sunday night live flight. Right, well, quickly, I'm going to try and welcome everybody on board. So the Giglotis, Pack Andrew, Kyle, hello, Dr. Magic, thanks so much for coming out this evening. Brian, Niels Eriksson Nielsen, good evening. Von McLean as well, of course. Jambo, Wally, good afternoon to you. Dr. Magic, hello. Carl B, Kivo, and Jayhawk, good evening to you as well. Dark Fury, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Did you get a phone call or a message this morning from HD? You needed some help, and I was single-handedly trying to crowd control the 4 kids in the middle of a supermarket, so I was not the guy to turn to. OKTM, good evening to you. Ray, good evening, and Captain as well. Gandhi, hey mate, how you doing? Good time, good to see you. We need to get started. Operational flight planners, of course, pinned into the chat. And for those of you, that's the chat on YouTube. For those of you following on Twitch as well, good evening to you guys. Hey, Paul Leal, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch a couple of minutes ago as well. Right, let me just clear the text, and then we'll get on. Right, Hitman says, hey, good day, Captain. How are you today? Captain, can you explain which charts you pick in the list of charts? You bought Navigraph Ultimate, ground charts, etc. You don't know which chart to pick. Okay, well, we're going to go through that, don't you worry, as we do with all live real ops flights. We're going to do this as realistically as possible. Don't know if we've got any, well, we don't actually have any ATC, which is a shame. Never mind. Right, let's jump in. See if we can land before it goes dark. It doesn't matter if we can't. Right, 34 minutes then is our pushback time here in the sim. So before we go any further, I'll start getting that APU sorted, and then we'll have a look at the 80s. We're in our turnaround state at the moment as well. 1, 2, 3, there we go. Right, we'll go ahead and get that started. So yeah, turnaround phase, everything is where it should be. I'll just grab the 80s in a moment. In fact, we haven't got any 80s, have we? So we'll grab the Meta instead. So what have we got? QNH is currently 1014. Good visibility, light variable winds. Interestingly enough, we just update that. Well, that's strange. Winds 230 at 8. They're actually using runway 6 in real life at the moment, so we're going to be taking off with a bit of a tailwind. So, it'll be interesting to see. Towering cumulus 4,000 feet, no significant changes. Okay, we'll just go ahead and set, make sure this is set. Yeah, that's fine. Everything down here is all set as well. Just reset that, that shouldn't be running. Public constraints on 1014, that's cool. Just while I'm up here, my initial climb I think is going to flight level 110 today. I love that sun effect, making the screen a little difficult to read. Right, so the APU is up. Oh, the APU is already up and running. Great stuff. Let's get the bleed on. Give that a minute, we'll start boarding passengers. So, whilst I'm just waiting for that to come on, there we go. Estimated time en route 1 hour and 41 minutes. Dave Armitage, hello from Leeds. How you doing? So we've got our 3.5 greens, aircraft status, valid air cycle, CFM engines, yada yada yada. Also good. Chris Hogg, hey Chris. Seems like ages since I've spoken to you. Welcome on board tonight, mate. Hope to give you a nice flight this evening to Kos. Some great scenery, isn't there, on the way down to the Greek islands. So always good. Right, let me bring up the operational flight plan, then we'll discuss fuel. Danny Rowell, good evening. Darkfield, you did get a message. I think he said you'd sorted it for him, so that's good. Right, okay, let's quickly just go through this. Oh, payload 14382, yeah, that's fine. Takeoff weight is 65, already above maximum landing weight. Okay, bring that into the brief a little bit later on. Constant negative 6, Alpine 4897, real world flight. You can check this out on flight at radar 24 if you wish. Trip wind, slight tailwind of 12, 0 fuel weight 58.4. We'll go ahead and update that as well. There's our route. Yeah, so you can see our route was actually planned for runway 24, but runway 06 is now in use in real life, so we'll go ahead and amend that. It's not a massive difference, to be fair. It's still the same star. Sorry, it's still the same SID. Right, just under 7.5 tons. Okay, well, let's see if there's any reasons. See if we can find reasons to take more. More as we're looking up. They're all fine. So the flight route looks good. Yeah, look at the weather. The weather in the over around near our destination is just absolutely fine, isn't it? No concerns at all looking at that. Right, well, let's just jump ahead and see what we've got with regards to the weather. So we've got, what's the date today? It's the 28th. Yeah, so 330 at 10, good visibility, few clouds. Nothing there that's suggesting anything's going to interrupt us. There's our flight route. Isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds up to, is that flight level 440? Flipping heck, that's high. And then nothing on the other side of that. So the weather really is looking good. Really is looking good. Carl says when typing your flight plan in, you have the airways next to each other. Just type in the airway in the VIA and it adds in the waypoints automatically. Of course it does, Kyle. It's an Airbus, yeah? Have you just discovered that trick, Kyle? It's saves you a lot of time. Of course, what you can do to save you even more time is just download the flight plan in automatically, so you don't have to type it in. Which I know a lot of people think that's unrealistic, and that's just something you can do in the simulator. I promise you, it's not. It's something that you can do in real life. It's called ACARS. It's all downloaded automatically. Saves you a great deal of time. Dan Skelton, good evening. Hope you're well. The pack Andrew says 1 hour 41 minutes slob. Yay! Get us on the big screen, guys, and enjoy. Right, I'm really struggling to find reasons to take extra fuel. Ooh, bit of a step climb there. That's quite neat. Alright, well, a few hours later in better cumulonimbus clouds. We'll have to work around those. What was the weather, actually? Just the alternate. Just in case, I don't know, someone crashes in COS and the runway becomes unavailable. Let's have a look at Greece. Athens, that is. We've got variable winds, good visibility, few clouds. There really is no other reason to take extra fuel, is there? Okay, it's a perfect day. Let's go with... We've got the APU running for a little while as well. Let's take 7.7. Okay, tell the ground crew 7.7 tons, which is for 5, 6, 7, about half a ton extra overall. Right, I think we're certainly ready to start loading them. See, Kyle, you've just said it. Yeah, that's cheating. Kyle, it's not. This is how it's done on the ground all around the world. They download the flight plan. Yeah? Of course they do. Modern technology. It's awesome. So yeah, it's not cheating. In fact, it's probably more realistic than typing it in, to be honest with you. Okay, so... What did I say? 7.7. There we go, 7.7 tons. Just before we get them loaded, let's get the packs on. GSX for a little bit of boarding sounds and things. Request boarding.
Boarding requested. Crew bus is coming.
Danny, it's almost like I like taking extra fuel. I do, Danny, I do, and I think you'll find that in the real world as well. 153 passengers, that's what I mean. Right, let's load our aircraft. Load sheet sent, that's fine. Wonderful. Okay, start the boarding.
Cabin crew, we're all happy with how things are up here, so open the doors and start letting our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem.
Okay, here's the magic of the Airbus, the ACARS uplink. There you go, Carl. Hey Barry, good evening. Jason's here as well. Hey Jason. Right, flight number tonight is Alpine. Where's that flight number? Alpine 4897.
Pilots boarding starting.
Cost index of 6. And cruise flight level to begin with is flight level 300. Then we've got step climb a little bit later on. So 300, and the temperature for that is minus 38. Ground temperature is 21. Tropo 38682. Grab the winds. Okie dokies. Let's have a look, see if this is accurate for us today. We need good GPS today, it's an on-nav approach later.
Crew boarding starting.
What are the parking stand coordinates? We're stand 17. So 4052.7 north, yep, and 1469 east. 68, close enough. Steve's 20 on Twitch. Hello, mate. Welcome on board. Good stuff. Right, flight plan. So it's departing 06, and we're on the Galti 7 Golf. This one. And the other end should be the RNAV 32, I think it is. What's the plan? The plan is Copar 1 Mike. Morix. stuff. 709, and I've got 699.
Your crew has boarded.
Yes, 699, so 10 miles difference. Happy with that. Admin Impact LLC from an ex-Alpine pilot, now in Colorado, occasionally missing the orange bus. Admin, are you still on the 320s, or are you still flying? Obviously, you don't have to answer those questions. Just be nosy. Okay, they look good. Let's check that the departure looks fine. We shall climb out. Vuno, yep, left turn to 106. Speed restrictions there, of course. Then Gemma. That's to Guilty. Xerox Romeo. Have I missed that? Oh, yes, of course I have. That's the Sorrento VR. Fine. Yep. All good. And I like my gross error checks. That looks good.
Passengers boarding starting.
And arrival looks good as well. We'll scrutinise the arrival in a bit more detail later on, but yeah, that's what I expected to see. Alright, happy with that. Chuck that back to Arc and 20. Radnav page. What do we have? This is the problem with Jepson charts. They don't show every nav aid that's available. Sometimes you need to go onto the approach pages from Naples. Let's have a look. What do we got? Danny says you occasionally miss the bus, however it's a different one that does, and it doesn't fly. Admin, you're still flying but working towards being an instructor here instead. Fell out of love with commercial flying post-COVID. Because still keep current on Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, well, if you're flying something like the Phoenix, you absolutely can. It's that good, isn't it? Yeah, so this is what I was looking for. We've got NAP.
I'm doing good.
And put those in as well. I don't know what the engine out procedure is for this yet. I've not looked at it. Might need a different VOR. Put those in. Right, that's fine. So Radnav is done. Let's look at the init B. Have we got our load sheet yet? Indeed we do. 2. It's a bit overkill. I'm going to guess they're both the same. Yeah, okay. Register fuel weight 58.4. So fuel weight CG is 30.8. Alternate fuel, let's call that 1.7. Winds have been uplinked. Fuel planning, what are we taking? 7.7. See what the total computer says. 7.6, good enough. That gives a takeoff weight then of 65.9, which is about 1.5 tons above maximum landing weight, and our Mach takeoff weight there's 28.9. We'll go do some performance calculations. Hey Nick, good evening mate, hope you're well. Let's go ahead and accept that. Did I see italics as well? What's this one? I am a child of God. Well, we're in the right country then. Right, do some perf calcs. Have we got any passengers? Can we see any passengers boarding? Don't know if we've actually got any. Oh yeah, there they are, look. There we are. For those of you that haven't seen GSX yet in full swing, there it is. It's quite neat. It's very neat when it works. I can't fault the pushback. There's just a lot of things that are buggy. But then I'm still using it, aren't I? So can't be that bad. Yeah, stuff like this. There's got to be some way that the AI can avoid walking through walls. Yeah, Barry, that's right. If it works, then GSX is nice. Zach5848 on Twitch, good evening. Right, what were we doing? Some performance calculations, that's what we were doing. So 06, drive, flaps 1, no, off, takeoff weight was 659.
Passengers bus is coming.
That was 289. Live weather. Intersection data. We've got intersection takeoffs here. We're pretty close to the end anyway, aren't we? Oh, we'll go full length alpha. It's not worth it. In fact, if I just have a quick look at the parking stats. Yeah, it's meant to be one way anyway, so alpha. Full length 2628, just double check that's what we've got. 2628 full length, yep. And there we go, 142, 142, 145. Transition altitude here in Naples is 8,000 feet and flaps 1, flex 65.
Passengers boarding starting.
Right, let's grab the thrust reduction acceleration altitudes. Get SimSmart for this. Admin impact, you'll, if you've not seen it before, you'll probably recognise this, or its real world counterpart, FlySmart anyway. Runway 06, grab the meta. Again, we're not. This is a Neo calculator, so we're not bothered about any of the values I'm throwing in here. I just want to get the runway data. Probably need to update this. When are we going to update this? Just so when we select the runway, it can provide runway data rather than have to go through a bogus calculation. There we go. Barry, I've had to do something very similar. I'm on a USA server tonight. The UK ones and the European ones just don't seem to be working at all. Zach, is the Fenix worth it? If you love the A320, absolutely it is. It's awesome. Right, there we go. So we've got 1516, 157, noise abatement 2. That's not the right one. Engine out, 1516. There we go, so that gives us a F148, speeds 192, clean speeds 217. There's a speed restriction on the initial climb as well, wasn't there? 210, right, we'll fly that, config 1, and pre-select 192. Danny, I've never noticed it by changing the servers in VATSIM, you mean? Yeah, I've never noticed it alter in terms of performance or anything like that. So, no, I don't think so. Where can you find the stops for Easyjet? So, unofficially, if you're in our Discord server, then there are things which are... They're not. They're... There's manuals in there which reflect close to real life stuff, some Airbus stuff, and as well. So that's as close as you can get in the simulated world. Right, that's fine. The other way you can learn them is just by watching the stream. Vin, thank you for following. Right, that's all done. Let's have a look at the secondary flight plan for the engine out. Let's copy our active. What is the engine out procedure here? At the POM VOR left turn is Ika holding point and into the hold. Right, well, bit of situational awareness. Where the heck is that? Right, so fly direct to POM. And then, okay. Right, well in that case, was it at POM? It was at POM, wasn't it? Yeah, at POM. That makes it really easy. So at POM.
Ladies and gentlemen,
785.
welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free, and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear,
Spelled wrong,
enabling
isn't
all
it?
remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Thank you.
Ooh, there's a spelling mistake in the. There's a spelling mistake in that. Right, at POM, what was it? A left turn to Izika. Spelled incorrectly by the looks of things. So, can we find what the correct spelling of that is meant to be? Can anyone see something that looks like Izika? Nope. If I can't, I'll just make my own up. I'm guessing it's not that one. Yeah, and that doesn't exist. Basically, I just need to get us away from the terrain, don't I? So, somewhere... Oh, well, there it is, look! IS-Key... Ah, right, okay. Spelled slightly wrong, but I know what it means now. Okay, return. Do you know what? SimSmart is now really easy for me to update, so I'll go and fix that in the cruise. If you remind me, I will go and fix that in the cruise. Back to our secondary flight plan. IS gear. Enter the hold. And I'm going to guess that this is still correct. Inbound 56 right turns. That's the one. And then from here we'll head back to Naples. Just want to check, are we still boarding? I heard the announcement a moment ago. I think we should still be boarding. Yeah, why have the doors closed? I know why that's happening. It's because GSX has closed the doors. There should be. I don't know if there's an option within GSX so it doesn't control the doors. If that is indeed the case, then let me know if you know that to be true. That's fine, and then we'll come back in. ILS 6 Zulu in. No star. Have we got any veers for that? No, just leave it as is. We'll sort that out in the hold if we need to. Yeah, there we go. All fine and dandy. Lovely. Right then, who's ready for a brief? So, weather here in Naples is beautiful tailwind. No, sorry, I've just seen the latest meteor, so it's going to be a headwind for departure. That's fine. Nothing really concerning there. Good runway conditions. Weather en route, few isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds whilst we're over Italy, so we need to keep a watch out for those. Nothing really to report on the arrival. We'll keep an eye on that as we're heading along. Aircraft is fully serviceable, type A320. Weather radar is in op, however, so that's the only thing to bear in mind. No times for our departure today. Threats to be aware of. Let's talk about the terrain then. So we have obviously got Mount Vesuvius to the east as we're departing. There we go, just use this chart so we can visualize it. Yeah, so we've got terrain straight ahead as we depart. We've got Vesuvius just to the south of us, so be aware of that. If something really goes wrong, just for complete situational awareness sakes, we need to make a left-hand turn. Once we've made a left-hand turn, we need to head west, keep ourselves out of harm's way, but we've got engine out procedure in there, so we'll follow that, and that'll keep us nice and safe. A little bit of traffic here on the ground as well. Quite familiar with Naples, so not too worried about where we're going. No ATC, sadly, so traffic and no ATC, so good comms on Unicom are required. Let's talk about the taxi. We've got quite a short taxi, so we can bring that into the brief. We've got very short taxi actually, so that's a little threat. Lots of things to do in that time. Let's make sure we're ahead of the game, not wasting any time in the taxi. So we're going to push back facing west, taxi on Quebec and Alpha, holding point Alpha for runway 06 departure. We have got, we're not doing single engine taxi, no time for that. Once we're flying then, so we've got a turn once we get to 2,000 feet at Vuno, left hand turn, max speed is 210, so I'll fly that at S speed, which we've pre-programmed in anyway. That's still active until we get past Romeo November 601 transition, altitude's 8,000 feet. Noise abatement 2 departure today, and the initial climb is flight level 110. Emergency brief, standard Airbus emergency brief. Engine out procedure is non-standard. We have a left turn once we pass Papa Oscar Mike. Out to that is Kia that we've seen. Get that sorted, and we'll decide what we're doing once we're in the hold, if we need to return or divert. We are a little bit above maximum landing weight, but not too much that we should be able to get back in. Regardless, we're going to burn some off during the takeoff anyway. Minimum safe altitude on our departure today is 8,400 feet. If we did need to hold, what is the grid more at Ischia? 4,000 feet. Right, so if we did need to hold, we'll get ourselves up 4,000 feet. And I just want to check. Mount Epuemo is, yeah, it's well below that. So we're good. Right, briefing done. How are we doing? Oh, excellent. And we're nearly finished with the boarding as well. Refueling is completed, so they can come off, or rather they can go on. APU is running. Let's get rid of external power. GPU can go. Get the seatbelt signs on. Just going to try a ground page here and disconnect that. Get rid of the cones as well. Almost about ready to go. Flight level 10 is set. Beautiful. Alright, so I think we're nearly there, aren't we? Last few passengers remaining. That sun's starting to drop already, isn't it? I said we were going to have an evening flight. Well, it's probably going to start quick. Probably going to drop quicker than expected. Never mind. Great scenery on the takeoff, though. Danny, did I know this flight only has 2 left this year, 1st and 2nd of September? Well, it's now got 3 because we're one of them. Cash6780, thank you for following on Twitch. Good evening to you. Ulfdog. What I would do, Ulfdog, is just try and take off without any kind of wind, is the main thing. So just reset all the weather, no wind. See if it maintains its stable air. If not, go in and look at your sensitivity settings. Just try and taper those off a little bit, both in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and also check it's calibrated correctly in Windows as well. Hugh, what does SimSmart provide that is not available in the EFB departure performance screen? Okay, yeah, good question. So, obviously, if you're flying the fly-by-wire, which is a NEO aircraft, then you need all of this. But for the Fenix, all I'm using is the thrust reduction acceleration values, because these are, well, these are accurate, and the engine out procedure as well, down here, which is what you pop into the secondary flight plan before departing. Brian Dyer, good evening to you. Hope you're well. And who spawned in on top of me? Oh, come on, guys! Please check the radars before you do that. I now can't access my EFB. That's rather annoying, isn't it? A NEO engine has mounted me. Now you're delaying my takeoff. Mantoga, good evening. If this is the case and they don't shift, then I'm just going to have to come off VATSIM for a little bit. Because not being able to get to the EFB is a little bit of a pain. Having said that, I'll just cheat for the moment. That's the first officer to do the honours. Brian, you're heading to the airport in about an hour. Really? Oh, nice. Right, all of that is done. Just check the ground services and we'll close the doors. Fantastic. Right, shall I just sit in the FO position for a while until that guy disappears? Nick, did you say do dot ignore then the call sign? Does that work? Does that get rid of them? Really? I did not know that. I'm going to try this. What? So literally just type... Oh, I don't know what their call sign is though. That's the issue. Does anyone know the call sign of this aircraft that's just jumped in? Oh, hopefully it's someone who's in the chat, because they too are also off to cause. Right, so what did Nick say? Dot ignore, and it's FAR 76. Does this work? Oh, Nick, you're a genius. I did not know you could do that. Right, I'm going to go back to my seat now. Thanks, Nick. Every day's a school day.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, may I welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft for your flight today. The ground crew and the fueling crew have all finished, and we're just about finished with all our cockpit preparation up here. The cabin crew are making their final checks as they work through the cabin, so if you could please get yourselves sat down comfortably with your seatbelts securely fastened and give them their full attention as they begin their safety briefing. A big welcome on board today to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, who of course are welcome to free complimentary drinks throughout the flight. Once we reach our cruising altitude, our cabin service will commence and the cabin crew will be able to provide you with drinks, snacks and merchandise throughout the duration of the flight. Once again, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with Easyjet today. We'll have an update for you when we are airborne.
Danny, is that something they do in real life? What? Ignore. Just ignore that aircraft. Don't care, it's getting too close. Right, so I've just got the final load sheet through as well. Takeoff weight is final. The performance figures are in limit. So, looks like we're good to go. Christian Starmer, good evening, mate. How you doing? Oh god, look at the sun reflected off that. Isn't it amazing? Okay, so our before start checklist, cockpit preparation is all completed, signs are on and auto. Ideas, we've got 3 nav greens, fuel quantity is 7650 kilograms unbalanced. FMGS is set, altimeter is 1014, 260 feet.
Cabin crew, please land on cross check.
Right, quickly jump onto Unicom. Dutch Captain, hello! First time being here, welcome mate. Hope you're going to enjoy the flight with us this evening. No other aircraft around, so that's all okay.
Ciao, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So look, we're on Unicom. We'll make the call in a moment when we're ready to go. Giglottis, what's my opinion on the 737-800-900?
Naples traffic, Easyjet Zulu Whiskey radio check, please.
And frequent aircraft on Naples traffic, readability 5. Right, so Naples traffic Alpine 4897, stand 1717, pushing back, facing west on Quebec. What do I regret getting GSX? I don't regret it, no. I think its pushback is amazing. I think the voices, the sound effects, and the models of everything are amazing. But that's as far as it goes. All the passengers, I can do without that. All that kind of stuff. They're it could be better. Nose left, tail. No, nose needs to go to the right, tail left. Yeah. Pushing back to the left. Yeah, we'll do in a second. Right, so the beacon light on, transponder is on, acupressure is in the green. Start the timer. God, that sun is amazing. And before start checklist, windows and doors closed and on. Beacon light is on, phones on silent. Parking brake on, but not for long. Parking brakes released.
Commencing the push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
And engine mode selected to ignition, starting engine 1. A nice sunset departure. Jiggletti, sorry, I never answered your question. I can't really comment on the difference between the 737, 800, 900. The 800 is far more popular. I think if you've got the 800, why would you get the 900? Then again, if you've got the 700, why would you get the 800?
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your
Each to
attention
their
while
own.
we take you through the safety procedures on
Naples
this aircraft.
traffic, control 624,
The safety guide is in your seat pocket, showing the
624,
exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets,
I
and
love this
brace
Naples
position
scenery
that
as
you
well, by
must
the way.
adopt if you hear brace.
Aside from the
brace.
random light poles that
There are
shouldn't be
2
there.
emergency exits
Look
at
at
the
that long
rear,
shadow.
4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown.
Yeah, look
It
at the
must be
pushback.
fastened when
Absolutely
the
spot
seatbelt
on.
signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks
Starting
will
engine 2.
drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth.
Parking
Hold in
brakes set.
place with the strap.
Waiting your confirmation
Pull
for
on
a good
each side
engine
to
start.
adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails
Man,
to
Togi went to the
inflate or
airport pub
needs
yesterday with the
topping
other
up,
half. It was
blow into
busy.
the tube.
But yeah, seeing the
There's a light
A380 come
and
in there is
whistle for
amazing, isn't it?
attracting
It's awesome.
We also carry flotation aids for
Colby,
children.
it's always
Your
got me
tray table
bang
must
on
now
that
be
taxi line
stowed,
every
armrest
single
down,
time that I've
window
used it.
blinds open and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with Easyjet.
Right, just waiting for good engine start on number 2. Remember I briefed that it was a very short taxi? Well, that's where we're going. It doesn't get much shorter than this, does it? So guys, it's Sunday night here in the UK as well. It's a bank holiday tomorrow. Get yourselves a nice drink, pop us on the TV, and let's enjoy a beautiful flight to Cos over the next hour and 40 minutes. Right, engine number 2 looks good.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Right, so engine mode selector is back to normal. And APU's off. Spoilers, rudder, flaps 1. And trim.
Unlocking the gear.
After start checklist, anti-ices off, ECAM status is checked, flipping it, that was violent. Pitch trims 28.7, rudder is set to 0. Snuddy on Twitch, thanks for the follow, mate. Welcome on board.
Tow track disconnected. Bypass gear removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Where is she? Is she there? No, fair enough. Right, that's all good. Let's do flight control check. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Rudder. Full right. Rudder. Full left. And neutral. There she is. I'm going to run you over. Get out of the way. Beautiful. There's the pins. We're safe. And Naples traffic Alpine 4897, taxi now on Quebec to holding point Alpha for runway 06. Would you mind walking any slower? Right, tax light on, that should scare her. It's all good, that's done. Auto brake max. Right, pets check, no change to performance, engine out procedures, non-standard, left turn at POM, which in fact, do you know what, should have done this sooner, P-O-M, not there, left turn at POM, into the hold, departure is Galty 7 Golf, left turn 2,000 feet, initial climb 11,000, let's go. And before takeoff, checklist. Flight controls are checked. Departure briefings confirmed. Flap setting config 1. FMA takeoff data. 142 blue, 145 medium to climb. Blue 152. 11,000 blue. Flex 65. Transponder set. Eco memo. Takeoff no blue. And our EFBs stowed. Don Jose, you're about to buy the Phoenix. Do I recommend it? Is a bit on the fly-by-wire. All I will say, Don, is if you like the fly-by-wire, you will love the Phoenix. So if you are with us tonight, please do us a you can do us a huge favour just by hitting that like button on the stream. It does make a massive difference to the channel. So thank you so much for doing that. And of course, if you are new, don't forget to hit subscribe. How long did you reckon then before we lose the sun? Hey Tish, the weather is not available in the Phoenix for the simple reason that it's not available on any add-on aircraft due to the simulator's limitations. As soon as Azobo open up that limitation, then all of the aircraft will have it. Right, we'll hold ourselves just there. Get the train radar on. Approach path looks clear. I've heard no one on Unicom. So Naples traffic, Alpine 4897, lining up for departure runway 06, Galti 7 Golf departure. Yes, dun dun dun. TCAS. Don Jose, thank you for the follow. MP Feco and Karim as well. Welcome, guys. Loads of new subscribers tonight. Thank you so much. I reckon this is going to look like a gorgeous departure, isn't it? Beautiful. Oh, what a scene that is. That looks stunning, don't we think? Thumbs up for that. Let me just turn the brightness on that down a little bit. Okay, we're good to go. So, takeoff. Start the chrono. 50% in one.
Operator 6 Skytower 624, line up and wait runway 06 behind the departing Easyjet A320.
Checked. E1, rotate. Nav.
Right, gear up.
Funny enough, I think that middle marker is inoperative at the moment, according to the NOTAMs. Thrust climb. And climb. Right, autopilot 1 engaged. Back one on. Christian, good evening, sir. How are you doing? That is just glorious, isn't it? Jahair18, thank you for the follow. How can anybody hate this simulator? So remember, we're flying still config 1 due to the speed restrictions. Get us up high, out of the way of the
Traffic
terrain.
sky tower 624, takeoff runway 06.
NLL, and thank you for the sub as well. Sun's going to be in our eyes shortly. You know what that means. Sun visor.
Operate traffic sky tower 624, cancelling because the traffic is taking off without any communication.
Someone's taken off without comms, really?
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Right, so the speed restriction ends. Well, actually, we can get rid of it now. We're above 10,000 feet. So let's go manage speed and start cleaning up. Jeff, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Right, so speed, flap 0, spoilers disarmed. Just ding the cabin crew. Right, we'll continue our climb now, flight level 300. So let's climb 300 blue. That now, can't we? Put the EFB back on. Unplug it back in so it doesn't run out of charge. Dark Fury, I'm not so sure they are. I had that FAR 76 is the one that it's the one that I had to ignore because it was spawned on top of us.
Napoli traffic sky tower 624 taking off from runway 06.
How amazing does that look? And there it is, there's Naples down there. There's the guy on comms, just telling us he's taking off. Low hum with a slight razor saw sound to the engines. Okie TM, good evening sir, didn't see you come on board. Kieran James, Cos is your absolutely favourite holiday destination. Question though, you're struggling to find the airport elevation. So I think I've just seen Christian answer that. So it would be on the chart, if you have access to the charts, of course that is. It would be on the charts. Yeah, 412. Dr. Magic, any clues as to what the iconic journey flight might be? I'm not giving anything away, but we're close to September, so it won't be long before they're back. Are you missing them? Did you enjoy those?
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign has now been turned on. You are now free to move around the cabin and the toilets are now available. However, when in your seat, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Sometimes I feel like I don't really need to speak or say much on these streams. You can just enjoy the pictures. Dr. Magic, you are missing them. It was a great way to spend a Sunday evening. I agree. Usually an hour's flight along whatever journey it is we're doing. They will make a return very shortly. Just gorgeous, isn't it? Rogerio, hello, good evening to you. Well, so our flight time today was 1 hour 41 minutes to be exact. Okay, or was it the same guy that spawned in on top? Oh, well, he'll probably not be around too long then. He'll have his fun and go. The problem is, I can understand it can annoy and ruin the immersion for people, can't it? It's when we had the guy coming in on the opposite runway to us at Gatwick. What was really impressive about that is Gatwick had a full staff on as well. All the air traffic controllers were there, so they must have been pulling their hair out. Autopilot, good evening. Do I know how to get live weather working on Microsoft Flight Simulator? This sounds like a really daft question. I don't daft answer. I don't mean it to sound this, but have you turned it on? Because you need to turn it on in the settings. You then need to turn it on in the flight planner page, I think, as well. So there's a couple of places that it needs to be turned on for. Right, that's it. We're now heading away from the sun, so it'll start to get dark pretty soon. So I'm going to leave my lights on. So I believe there is a step climb somewhere. Let's find out where, shall we? Right, so about 35 minutes into the flight. At which waypoint was it? Tigra. We've got some clouds at this altitude, not much. Should be alright without the anti-ice on. We did have isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds though, didn't we? So, once again the sim proving its worth. I think we can get rid of the terrain radar now. We're 25,000 feet, that's not going to concern us. Rogerio, you have a question. You're not able to input the flight plan if the flight plan has coordinates in it. If you try to import it, the Fenix says it's not able to import it. Oh, right, I can't remember the way to type these in. Let me see if I can... how do we do this? Right, if we go to... pilot waypoints. Let's just put a test in. Is that actually a waypoint tester? Possibly not. Right, so we need to put in what were those waypoints? 62 north, 126 west. So I think you'd need to put in north 620. So I can't remember how you put this in. Or was it 6200? I'd need to go and have a look at it. Oh, there you go. Christian's got it for you. Christian's got it for you. Jason has gifted a EasyJet Sim Pilot channel membership, as has Dark Fury as well. Mate, thank you so much, guys. And Marcel, welcome to the members lounge. Marcel gifted a membership by Jason. Thank you so much, Jason. Very kind of you, and I do always appreciate the support that you guys give to the channel. There's a little bit of cloud, isn't there? I'll pop that on. Our cruise. Let's see, what fuel should we have then at Luna? That's a nice name. So we should have about half ton extra, which would be 6.3. We've got... oh. Right, okay, we'll keep an eye on that. And Cedric has been gifted a membership by Dark Fury. Dark Fury, thanks, mate, for your continued support. And Cedric, welcome to the club. So Cedric and Marcel, if you're on Discord, get yourself into the members lounge in our Discord server as well. Oki says the supervisor just contacted him. Hope you've had a good a good outcome there. NLN asks, does turning on realistic failures actually activate any failures? So yeah, so everything's basically armed, but you know, the Fenix is a very clever machine in that it will only give you failures as realistically as you get them in real life, which is to say, not very often. But you can of course trigger your own if you want to add a little bit of excitement. The Saint 990, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I think in all the time we've been streaming the Fenix, and we must have clocked up a fair new number of hours in this since its release, we've only had one, haven't we? We've only had one failure, and they are turned on to realistic, yeah. G Cook Scotland, good evening. Do I have a favourite Greek destination? You're thinking of getting Greek airport scenery? Oh wow, well we could just farm that question out to the chat, couldn't we? Go on then guys, what's everyone's favourite Greek destination? Let's help G Cook Scotland out. Mantoga, it's because my aircraft's well maintained. Wasn't maintained by HD, was it? While I was away on holiday. You lost it somewhere over Luton. And Nick Athens, yeah, we know why. You've wrecked an aircraft there before. Corfu, Santorini, Skiathos, Kars, Gravel. That's Hercula. Right, that's 5 different ones. I was hoping for some continuity to help him out. I'm going to check I've got my failures turned on. Let's have a look. I'm sure I have. Oh no, I don't want to trigger one. Yeah, mine are realistic. Yeah, they're turned on. Dark Fury says Zakynthos. Let's have a look at the flight route. That didn't actually take me to the Navigraph app like I was expecting it to. Let's have a look at the route map. Here we go. I'm trying to think of some of the better Greek ones. Corfu's nice. Corfu's really good. Skiathos is the famous one. Narrow runway, short runway, straight in over the beach. If you mess it up, then you can be punished. So Skiathos is probably the favourite. Let's have a look at the weather in Brindisi, shall we? Mantoga, which one has ILS? None of them! That's the beautiful thing about Greek islands. They haven't discovered ILS yet. Athens has, obviously. But even where we're going to now, where we're going, Kos, that's got, that's not got ILS. That's, this is an RNAV approach that we're going to have to do today. It is Brindisi, I'm thinking of, isn't it? I'm just going to have to double check that. Yes, BR though was the identifier. Amadousi says Skiathos gives me bad memories. Landed early once and my landing gear caught the stone fence before the runway and you did several flips. That sounds like me coming into Athens. Although I somehow managed to rescue that, as funny as that was. But there's just so many different places in Greece. All of them are good fun. I really do like Corfu though. Corfu is good. If you don't want Skiathos, then I would go for Corfu. Good scenery, interesting approach because it's offset, so you have to disconnect at the last minute. I think it's even an offset RNAV, so you have to disconnect at the last minute once you're visual and bring her in yourself. Lights starting to get switched on down there.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Wally, you've just read my mind. That's pretty quick. I was just thinking I can do that SimSmart update now, can't I? So what was the problem? There was this holding point name, wasn't it? Let me go in and change that. So give me 1 second. So I need to update the engine out procedure. So this was runway 06, wasn't it? That. And what's the engine out procedure then for 27? Is it 24? Is it something similar? It is, and it's spelled wrong on that one as well. Right, so now if I just hit this calculate button again, this should change. Oh, do I need to change something? Right, let me change runway. See if that works. Go back. Ah, there we go. It's now correct and working. Xenox, do I have a cloud mod? No, I don't. I don't even think there's a cloud mod available. I think the Zobo said they were not allowing any cloud mods or any weather mods or anything like that. Don't know if that is still the case, but yeah. Christian, is Mersey fixed? Shall we find out? That's Manchester, isn't it? What should it be? That's the question. I can't remember what it should be. Yeah, I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah, I think that is right. Roy, which playlist am I using? It fits well with the outside view. It's not a playlist that I've created or anything like that. It's just a free one that's available. Well, no, it's not free. We pay a subscription thanks to you guys and the channel members for contributing. We can afford to have some decent level music throughout the background, but it is paid, a paid subscription for that. So yeah. Danny, we don't need a cloud mod. That is very accurate indeed. You don't need a cloud mod. They look grand all on their own, don't they? Right, the Earth's shadow is starting to creep up. As I see, is that a ship down there? I like ship spotting. Yeah, it looks like it. That would make sense, because it looks like a harbour. A bit bigger than the one I saw in Scarborough last week. Gorgeous view. What's that? Is that just a scratch on the window? Oh yeah, for a minute there I thought that was an aircraft with no lights on. Start to turn these down a bit now, it's going dark. That doesn't need to be quite as bright. turn the first officers down for him because he's quite lazy, he doesn't do it by himself. There we go. Company message, that my weather message. Brindisi use cab, okay. It's fine. We were late by 5 minutes. Oh well, never mind. I'll pretend I never got the message. Send that off. See what's happening in Athens. German flights have had a frozen screen again already. Glad the stream's still running. When you say frozen screen, do you mean is that a simulator freeze or is that a PC freeze? How are you defining that? Right, once we pass Tigre, we're going to go to flight level 370, was it? I honestly can't remember. Quick check of the flight plan. Yes, 370. Christo, am I using any model matching? Only AIG. Yeah, AIG traffic models are being used. Unless, good evening, mate. From a field in Chroma, you camping. The sunset looks redder than your bottle of wine. Unless Chroma, that. Oh, refresh my memory. Where's that? I think I know where that is, but I'm just having a moment where I can't remember. Base play 58. The Sunday Night Iconic Journey Series 2 will be restarting shortly, and the route is already planned. Danny, you just taxiing out now from Naples. Nice. Right, we should be on the ground in about an hour 15, which would be good timing. Nighttime landing in cars on an approach. This is going to be fun. Well, high level clouds here. We're going to be going through those actually. Just keep an eye on the temperature because it is only minus 38. What we've got at Algarve. So good visibility, very light winds, nothing there to concern us. Yeah, forecast is good as well. Chroma, North Norfolk, that's it, thank you. I knew that's probably one of those places that I've driven past. But yeah, nice. And you've got decent enough signal, phone signal to be able to watch the stream. Even better. Hope it's not chewing into your data though, unless it's a long flight. That's still one of my favourite camera views, this one. It's almost like a GoPro mounted on the glare shield. And the fact that it is night time, of course, we can just see across the Adriatic Sea. We're about to leave Italian land. Sarkatek, you've got an idea for Sunday stream flight over project coastline of all the coasts of Italy. Well, there'll be some nice sights in that, I'm sure. No ATC online, sadly. We've just got, is it Marseille and Bucharest radar online? Not flying anywhere near those. Well, at least we don't go near Bucharest, do we? Pretty certain we go nowhere near Bucharest. So spring DZ. Doesn't it go dark very quickly? It goes dark really quickly. The nights are certainly drawing in here in the northern hemisphere. Right. 40 miles or so, and then we'll start the climb to the Flyover 370. Let me grab the weather in cars and see what's happening. Pretty certain. Oh, didn't need to do that. Pretty certain the winds might change. There's still runway. Is it runway 34? 32. Runway 32. Don't know. What other approaches are available in cars? No, it is. It's just RNP approaches. Here's the one we're planning though. Looks pretty straightforward, really, doesn't it? I'm not sure. Have we been to Cos before in on stream? I can't remember. We'll start looking at briefing that in a little bit. Let's get this next climb out of the way first. So yesterday, here's a question for you guys. Yesterday, my lad went to his first ever football game. He started playing football there. He loves football. Certainly loves playing it. To be fair, he doesn't make a bad defender, and he's only 7, so you know they just play for fun a little bit at that age. But he went to his first game yesterday. Absolutely loved it. It was a double-edged sword though, because our team won 5-0. For those of you that don't know me and where I live, yeah, Sheffield Wednesday, rocking it out in League One. We won 5-0, so it was his first game yesterday. And he was obviously thrilled, he was so excited to see it. And when he came home, I was like, mate, every football match you ever watch now is just going to be a bitter disappointment. Because that's... and not every game is like that, trust me. Certainly not when you're an Owls fan. So I remember being taken by my uncle to my first Wednesday game. I can still remember that. I think we played Watford and we drew 1-1. It was a non-event. And I think I would probably have been about the same age, maybe a bit older, maybe 8 or 9. As I say, he's only 7. So, at what age did you go, for those of you interested, what age did you go to your first football match? Can you remember it? And what was the score? And of course, which team was it? It just got me thinking, what kind of age did you go to your first game? Someone's going to rock up now and say I was 32. Just getting watching Arsenal. Did you not hear me tell you I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan? We despise Arsenal. Yeah, we have horrible memories rolling all the way back to 1991. If you're old enough to remember. Or was it 93? Might have been 93. 1993. Yeah. I was at one of those cup finals which we lost. Bear in mind we lost both of them. Toad in the Hole, you were 15. Brighton at the Withdean Stadium. And Toad in the Hole, what was the score? Who are you playing? You've got to give us that information as well, if you can remember it. Worst thing is, Toad in the Hole, you're a Crystal Palace fan. Well, someone's got to be. Just check it with no ATC, no TCAS looks clear, looks like we're getting ready for the step climb. Toad in the Hole, it was Peterborough a long time ago. You think it was Peterborough a long time ago. Right, flight level 370, first climb open line 370. I mean, I think 15's quite old for your first game. So, I wonder what the youngest is that anyone here watching has went to their first football match. And I mean proper football match, not like if your dad played in the company team or anything like that. Just as you used to watch Bradford City at the Battle Parade when you were really, really, really young, just up the road from Wednesday, yeah. Blue 6 years old, Bradford City. Can't remember the score, but our striker was a West Indian called Sispard. Never forget his name. I used to be really into football when I was younger, and I don't remember that player. Guess 173. United v Liverpool, Old Trafford, 1985. 0-0. That sounds typical. Because of course Manchester United, they beat Liverpool, didn't they, last week? 2-1. Who had a bet on that? I wonder what the odds were for that. Bet you'd have got a good return on that if you'd put that scoreline on at the bookies. Oh, if it was circa 1971 Blues, then no. I got no chance. That was like 13 years before I was born. Sorry to make you feel older. Just in case you remember Brian Marwood at Sheffield Wednesday. I don't. Limerick Officer Laugh. If I remember right, Limerick Officer Laugh was not a bad airport to land at, as Greek islands go. Nothing really daft there. Oh, just Chase, there you go, 1984, so I may have just about been born. I was born on early in that season. So, because it's nighttime outside now, I'm going to pop the terrain radar on. Not because I need the terrain, but it just gives a little picture of what's out there. About an hour to go. Start looking at the landing, shall we? So, get the charts one here. So, what arrival are we doing? Oh, actually, just before I go any further than that. Look at the wind there, Zacchaeus. No wind from the north. Light winds everywhere, isn't it? The weather data for cars, that was Athens, that was Zakynthos, I've not got the weather forecast. I thought I'd requested that. Try again. Barry, VATSIM issues. Check see if I'm still connected. Are you still connected, Barry? Are you flying? Is everyone else that does fly on VATSIM kept having issues with the different servers at the moment? I'm struggling sometimes to get connected. I really am. Different servers don't like it. Oh, Brian, didn't I send the did I send it off first time? That's my own fault, then, isn't it? There we go. 3105 29. Yeah, okay. So it is going to run me 32. That's fine. Barry, you got disconnected all of a sudden. And several others got disconnected with you. Oh dear. Nick, you've been on Singapore's server all day today, have you? Nice. So we are going to be on the Copa 1 mic. Where are you? Copa 1 mic. So look at the approach. 1P32. Alright. Just check it out. Natural 5,000, natural 4,000, speed 200 at Morix. Speed 200 at Morix, that's fine. Altitudes look good. And then Morix is the initial approach fix, isn't it? Yeah. So 400 there, 350 at LTAC. Right. No, above 350, that's fine. And then we've got 5 miles to lose 1,000 feet. 5 miles to lose 1,000 feet is fine, but then by the time we get to Kilo Oscar 324, that's only 6.5 miles from touchdown. Right, so LTAC, let's go 180. Pop that in. Uh, 168. Yeah, that's not too bad. Probably fine approach speed actually. Stabilised or decelerated? 6 miles? 6.5 miles? Stabilised, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do it stabilised, get down, flaps 3. Which means I ain't going to be doing 168. That'll be fine. But just to give us a bit more of a chance, let's tell him we want to be there. Otherwise I've got to lose 1,500 feet in 5 miles. I don't want to have to do that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, happy with the flight plan. Flight plan looks good. Radnav page. Probably not going to be that much to shoot here. Mind you, there should be a VOR, shouldn't there? Because there is a VOR approach. which case, what is it? Kilo Oscar Sierra. That's interesting. That's the same chart as this, but it's missing the data. Kilo Oscar Sierra. Let's get that in. Check the frequency 1090. It's done. Anything else on there that we can utilise? Don't think so. No. Okay. Radnav's done. And onto our progress page then. So, Lima Golf Kilo Oscar runway 32. Pop that in. Fill out the performance page. Put the wins and that in a little minute. Right. What is the thrust reduction acceleration go around here in COS? Update this so it's accurate. So should be for runway 32, should be 1373. No, that's fine. Happy to leave that. Professional Aviator, hello. Journey's going well, thank you. We're just working through our flying computer, get everything set for the approach in an hour or so. So that's good. Fuel prediction, 3.3 tons of fuel on board. That is plenty. You can have another go at that if we need to. Copy active. Yeah, there we go. That's all looking lovely. Alright, so plan. Let's do the brief. So weather in calls is beautiful this evening. Light winds probably come from the left as we're coming in. Nothing to concern ourselves there. Not been raining or anything, so runway conditions are dry. Should be good. I'll do a landing performance calculation as well, just for the fun of it in a bit. Aircraft is still working, nothing's broken. No NOTAMs for the flight and the arrival. Threats to be aware of. Let's just use this, it's slightly better, isn't it? Threats to be aware of. I'm not too familiar with this airport. I can't recall if I've been here before, so just need to be a little bit extra vigilant. So that's the yeah, we'll do that. Get rid of that. So going away by Cockpit, there's no terrain shown on that. That's interesting. Shown on this one though. Right, so little threats were coming in at Morix. Will pass about 1,000 feet, 1,200 feet over the top of this terrain here as we pass Morix. We'll not see it. It'll be dark. So we just need to make sure that we are nice and stabilised coming in. Just because of this terrain here, we know about that. But the threat is the final set point is 6.5 miles out. So just we're going to find a stabilised approach. But other than that, nothing else really to concern us. First, a lot of Greek islands have things like terrain around it or offset approaches, things like that. Not this one. This one's pretty straightforward as it goes. Right, so we are expecting runway 32. Yeah, Copar 1 Mike. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. The platform is 2,500 feet. MSA is 3,800 feet, and we've got visibility range is well above 1.4 kilometers, so that makes a decision altitude of 672. Get the QNH when we're a bit closer. ILS nada, there isn't one. Elevation is 373. Missed approach altitude is this one. 3,000 feet. Alright, so fly the approach. We will 4,000 at Morix will be green dot. Flaps 1 as I leave Morix. Flaps 2 at LTAC. Getting down 2,500 feet. We'll get the gear down. We'll get flaps 3 out. We'll be stabilised for the final approach. 2,500 feet, 6.5 miles out. Then fully configure as we go down. Descent angle is 3 degrees. We use auto brake low, and then once we've landed, vacating right on Alpha 1, or if for whatever reason we've got Alpha 2. Let's just check what we've got. 3-2, Papa angle is 3 degrees, so that's the same as our descent path, that's good. 45 metre width, standard runway width for us tonight. So that's good, and we'll not be doing a single engine taxiing because the airport's not really big enough. Tom says the EFB app shows the standard FR chart mode, and Navigraph app on your PC shows the airline chart. That's why VR's presently not well. Ah, that's interesting, Thomas. Didn't know, never knew why the difference was there. Christian, good night, mate. Hope you're well. Thanks for being with us. Look at the parking stands here. Alpha 1 straight in front of the terminal. Or Alpha 2 still straight in front of the terminal. Lovely. Okay, that's all done. I will just fill out the bit of the perf page while in the 80s. Let's run a bit closer. So transition altitude here 5,000. The barrow is 672. Good stuff. Did I copy the secondary flight plan? I think I did. Oh, sorry, copy the active. Done. Turn the cabin lights out, just looks neater. Can I put the nighttime charts on? That's better. Just for anyone that may be joining us a little bit late, just so you guys know what the plan is. My green dot's gone again. I have no... I can't work out no rhyme or reason why the green dot disappears. So, there we go. That's green dot. Then we want flaps 1, flaps 2, and config. There we go. And we need, do you know what, I might use a different colour for this. 2,500 at this point. There we go. Hopefully it all makes sense. Vincent, is the progress bar at the top not working anymore? It's very temperamental. Might not be. I can see if I can... see if I can rejig it. I can't promise that will work, to be honest. Give it a second, see if it helps. Might not do. Andrew, when will I be streaming next? I have no idea, Andrew. I normally realise I've got time to do one when about half an hour before I start it, so I don't have a streaming schedule. I need to be a professional streamer to have something like one of those. Father Jack, you got an email with the download link for SimSpark 2. Worked a treat. Father Jack, fantastic news. Professional aviator, no, this is not the fly-by-wire. This is the Fenix A320 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Cold chilly, my daily is going very well. How's yours, mate? Hopefully not cold and chilly.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Sounds like the cabin crew are coming around for a top-up. Anybody want a drink? And Jahoogla Booga. Great name on Twitch, thank you for the follow. And Wilska as well. Welcome to our Twitch viewers. And Father Jack, thank you for following as well on YouTube, subbing rather. And Down James Motorsport, hello, welcome. Tony the Hole, you really want the soundpack? Well, the soundpack is available to download, but it, as a thank you to the channel members, it's the channel members that have got access to that. It's starting to get a bit turbulent, isn't it? You can just see that a little bit. That's a nice view, isn't it? I have no idea where that is, by the way, because I don't know where we are, but that is a lovely view. A Greek coastal town of some description. The Pack Andrew, there's a very good reason why I probably would not be doing that route. I'll let you work out what that reason is. Renato, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on board the flight this evening. Eric says you think it's the city of Patra. I mean, we can... The great thing about the Fenix is you can find out. If I go onto this and then zoom in, see if you're right in a moment. Oh, I can't zoom in anymore, I'm afraid, but you could probably have worked that out. So it's just the opposite side of the seaboard there, isn't it? So I think it's more likely to be, what is this? This Ago? No idea what the proper pronunciation, I suppose. Smiley KM, thank you for the follow as well. Now, here's the big question. If I go back to my charts, are my scribbles still there? Or have they disappeared? Oh no! Oh well, I'm not drawing them again. We'll just have to remember. Should we do a fuel check then? It's been just over an hour. Picard, let's see what we've got. Time-wise is spot on, so we should have about 4.1, 4.2 tons of fuel, 4.4, that's absolutely fine. Right, let's do the landing performance calculation. So, landing conditions are dry, it's runway 32, just grab the live metal, apply it. It's good, 26 degrees. Landing weight, what's our landing weight going to be? Zero fuel weight plus the estimated fuel on board. So we've got zero fuel weight, it's 58.4, and we should be landing with 3.4. Will always be a tad conservative. So let's go 3.8. So we'll do a landing weight of 62.2. See what that gives us. Auto brake low. That should work. Yeah, auto brake medium brings us really far in. Obviously max, don't need that. Auto brake low should fire. It's not a small runway. 2,100 meters. 2,109. That's fine. Auto brake low is good. Andrew, you've not got a clue why I won't be flying there. The problem was with the departure airport you requested. See if you can... that's the only clue I'm going to give you. I feel like I want some food now. So obviously I'm not drinking on the job this evening, but if you do have a nice drink in your hand, tell me, what have you got? Is it alcoholic, non-alcoholic? I mean, I'd be quite happy with a nice cup of tea at the minute. Barry, that is indeed correct. Echo India Delta Whiskey is the big clue. I'm doing Caesar, a Canadian version of a Bloody Mary, Manic Mimer, Chocobel, imported from Holland. Jason's got a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. May not be a first, may not be a last either. Brewdog from Baccarat 173. Nielsen, wow, you've been a good boy. You've got a glass of cold water. I can't stand water on its own. I really can't. I need some kind of cordial to pop into it. Great AG, you've got kind of dry on glass. A Mantoga TTT at this time. Grab a beer. Not while I'm flying, Mantoga. Can't lose my faculties. I've got to get you all there safely, don't I? Niels, it's a work day tomorrow. Well, here in the UK, it's not. It's not a work day here in the UK tomorrow. Barry says you always drink Bloody Mary nowhere else but on the plane. So you're on a Mesobix imported from Germany. There's a few of these I've never heard before, so this is quite nice. This is educational. Well, we've done our brief, and let's have a look, see what we've got. Flight plan time. Should be arriving... Oh, not long at all now. About 40 minutes, something like that. Just turn straight down a little bit. How far top of descent? Oh, that's not far at all. About 100 miles, something like that. Danny, it did take some time before the nude HD made an appearance. Manto, can't YouTube stop that? Well, if they can, they're doing a very poor job. Because you can block them, you can mod them, you can hide them, you can get rid of them, but on the next one, they'll be there. They just love us. They really do. Danny, you've heard Twitter's also had massive issues with them. Oh, really? Ah. Now that's a neat view. That's a really nice view. Love that. Right, guys, who's up for a Friday night quiz? Question one. Do you know what? Well, I'm just gonna do this really ad hoc. Give you sort of like 10 seconds for you guys to answer. There's a bit of a stream delay as well. So, all right. Question number one. What's the maximum landing gear extension altitude on the A320? Jason Bushell. Oh, happy with the quiz. Nick, you need to do more nighttime flying. I know, that's it, right? Daytime looks so good, but we forget how good nighttime is as well. Yeah, maximum landing gear extension altitude for the A320. Go on. Type in a value, see what you get. I'm not taking this seriously, by the way. Just throwing things out there. John, you're doing Dublin to Edinburgh right now, but flight level 250 is all clouds. Yeah, they started to really come over a bit ago, just before I start the stream, actually. Maximum landing gear extension altitude, 3,200 feet. You're having a laugh. Cold Chili, 2,000. Remember, this is the maximum. This is the maximum structural value, not kind of the value that you would actually use when coming into land. What do we got? Mantoga, 3,200. Cold Chili, 2,900. Magnaman, 5,000. Tom, 3,000. Jason, 1,800. Cold Chili, 3,500. I'm going to tell you who's closest in the next 10 seconds, so anybody else has got a chance to go in and have a go. Tom, 7,500. Oh, Tom, you've increased your answer. Do I accept seconds? It's not Athens down there, is it? Your own's put 6,500. Nick T, 4,000. Is that Athens? Oh, I think it might be, you know. I think that could be Athens down there. I think it is, actually. Yeah. There's Athens. Elgav. 15 miles away, straight from. Great to see. Alright, so the answer is... no Googling, no Googling. Niels Eric Nielsen, flight over 250, yeah, 25,000 feet, that is the correct answer. 25,000 feet is the maximum landing gear extension altitude. Here's another good one for you. What's the maximum ground tyre speed? Yeah, maximum ground tyre speed. Greg Crisp, hey mate. Mantoga, you were close. Yeah, if you'd have got the first 2 digits the other way around, you weren't that far off. Nighttime really does look good, doesn't it? Is Greece scheduled to be one of the world updates at any point? Does anyone know? I thought I'd seen something that Greece was planned in the future. Okay guys, go on, next question. Maximum ground tyre speed. Mantoga's 210 knots. Any advances on 210 knots? Demo, isn't it 190 or 200? You got to give me an answer, Demo. Manic Mimer 195. Oh, what a view of Athens. That's awesome. That's not so awesome, that's blurry, but that's stunning, isn't it? Look at that. I like that. So Manuel 195, Tom 215, Cold Chili 220, Danny 195, Cold Chili, you sound very confident there, Danny. Andrew 320, 320 knots, jeez Louise, it's not a racing car. Simon 215, Demo's gone 230, Nick 195, Simon, do I want the tyre speed in Mach? Yeah, well, the pack Andrew has, might as well have given it in Mach. Yeah, congratulations to those of you that knew it. Shame on you, anyone that googled it, but yeah, the correct answer is 195 knots. 195 knots. Alright, I'm going to go with another maximum speed here, just because I think it's kind of fun. Right, don't Google this. I'll be impressed if anyone knows this. Maximum windscreen wiper operating speed. And that's the speed at which the aircraft is travelling at, not how fast the windscreen wipers are going before anyone decides to pull me up on that. So yeah, what's the maximum speed the aircraft can be travelling for the windscreen wipers? Ground post 250 knots. Good guess. Jason 240. Danny 230, Tom 300. Danny, have you got the Ofcom in front of you? Close the Ofcom. Demo 230, Pack Andrew 150, miles per hour. Well, now my brain's completely screwed because I can't work in miles per hour. Feet below us. He's okay. Squiggly One, good evening to you. So the correct answer for that, yeah, the maximum wiper operating speed is 230 knots. Yeah, Danny, if you're reading off the Ofcom, you're definitely disqualified. Alright, here's a good one. Maybe Danny can't get this with his FCOM. Well, he might do. So, what is the maximum crosswind speed that the A320 Neo can take off with? The maximum crosswind that an A320 Neo can take off with. Oh wow, everyone likes this question. Everyone's going for it. What we got? Josh, 40 knots. Neil's 35. Tom, 35. Jason, 32. QR, 38. 35. 35. 35. Manic Mimer's got 28. DMR's 33. Danny's got the CEO. Exactly, Danny. That's why I went with the Neo. I thought I'll show him. So, quite a few people here put in 38, and that's interesting. I'll tell you for why in a moment. Wally, it's not 135 knots, mate. Definitely not. You'd be on your side. How are we doing? We can't be that far from top of descent now, I don't think. Okay, so the maximum takeoff crosswind speed for the A320neo is 35 knots. I know a lot of people will put in 38 because that's the maximum landing crosswind, so difference between landing and taking off, which is interesting, down to engine performance. But 38 is the norm, but neo is 35 for takeoff. David, is new pilot limited to certain crosswind? Yes, David, they are. Well, company standard operating procedures, yes. Matthew, a 38 knot crosswind landing would be an interesting ride. Have you not seen the video of that Emirates A380? Different aircraft, of course, but just skewing its way down the runway coming into Heathrow. Demo, yeah, so that is the wind bang on 90 degrees crosswind at 38 knots. So it doesn't happen that often. Right, we're about to start heading down.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear, the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Thrust handle descent 5100 blue. We're on our way down, guys. Looking forward to this. So Mantoga during a storm, right? And Matthews just said as well. You watched some of the Big Jet TV during Storm Eunice, yeah. So it wasn't that one. I forget which storm it was, but it wasn't Storm Eunice, and it went viral. And everyone's slating the pilots for even attempting it, but I thought, well, fair play to the guy. Got it down. Meant 500 passengers didn't get rehoused somewhere. Tom, what's the difference between headwind and tailwind between one is blowing towards the front and one is blowing towards the rear? Yeah, so imagine if you're in a car. If the wind's coming from behind you blowing in the same direction you're travelling, that is a tailwind. If the wind's blowing straight into your face, then that's a headwind. Aircraft like headwind because they like all that extra air getting blown over their wings. Danny says the day the Big Jet TV went viral because of that storm was the exact same here in the Netherlands. Yes, I remember that. And you got a record for wind gusts in the meta. Yeah, I also remember, Danny, that was, I don't know if it was that night, but certainly there was one night, there was a massive storm over in the Netherlands. And everyone on VATSIM, absolutely everyone on VATSIM flew into the Netherlands. We were meant to be going, but we got diverted. Danny, that's the one. We got diverted to Brussels because Amsterdam was too busy. C. Stavros, yeah, I think you might be the third or fourth person to ask about that tonight. They're coming back in September. Which isn't that long to wait now, is it? Season 2 will be good. It will probably be long as well. Right, we're on our way down. I'm just going to quickly grab the latest weather. I don't think we've got any VATSIM information, have we? No, so grab it off here. .300 at 4, that's nice light winds, isn't it? QNH 1011. And temperature's 26. Interesting, dew point is 23. As that temperature starts to drop, it could get misty. It's not forecast though. But then again, when dew point and the temperature meet, that's when fog appears. Miguel, what do we do if there's no ATC at the airport we're flying to? We remain on Unicom frequency and, well, we just announce our intentions. And hope no one flies in the opposite direction to us. Do you want another question whilst we're just on the descent? We're on our way down now. I'll give you something else for you to think about. So, talking about crosswind landings then, we say crosswind takeoffs are limited to 35 knots in the Neo. But what about an auto land crosswind limit? What is the maximum crosswind that the aircraft can auto land on? Let you guys answer that. Which do I prefer, the A320, so the Fenix, or the A320 Neo, so the fly-by-wire? I like them both, but obviously I love the systems and depths that the Fenix has got. You can just do a lot more with it at the moment. Andrew, what's the longest flight I've done in the sim? Probably about 7.5 hours. In the old days of the long haul Fridays or mileage Monday flights that we used to do in the early days of the channel. So what's the maximum crosswind landing speed for an auto land? Fleming's put 40, Nick 25, Josh 25, Speedline 10, Jason 20, Alexander 20, Andrew 38. Ah, so Andrew's gone same as the maximum aircraft limitation. That's interesting, Andrew. Nick T's gone 20. Right, let's check our GPS. Make sure that's good. Accuracy is high. Estimated 0.03. That's good. Because yes, remember it's 9-hour approach. So plan will be, for anyone just joining us, that green dot before Morix, flaps 1 will leave Morix, getting out 3,500 at LTAG, flaps 2 will leave LTAG, landing gear flaps 3 down to 2,500 feet, and we'll activate the approach mode then. Stabilized approach. Mantoga says it's 35. Sounded very confident there, Mantoga. Mileage Monday, okay. Oh, nostalgia. So the answer to the question, what is the maximum crosswind landing the aircraft can fly during an auto land approach? Auto land crosswinds are limited to 20 knots. There's a neat little trick as well. So there are limitations for an auto land, and the way to remember this, the limitations are 30, 20, 10. Yeah, 30, 20, 10. And this is very easy to remember. So it's 30 knots headwind, so straight towards you, 20 knots crosswind, straight across from you, and a 10 knot tailwind. So 30, 20, 10, working back towards the aircraft. David, is the difference in crosswind capability in the CEO and the Neo due to the rotation load the Neo has, or is it something with the... I think it's just it's engine performance, David. I don't think it's anything to do with the laws. Because once you're in the air, it doesn't really matter too much. It's when you're on the ground that that it really matters. Just imagine all the virtual passengers on our aircraft now going to be waking up tomorrow for a holiday. Time of their lives. Unless they've got young children. Flight Simulator 197, good evening. Andrew, for your birthday, once you got flight sim experience and the captain declared full emergency 747, landed without a scratch. That's what they're planned. That's what they're trained for. They're awesome. They really are.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Right. Sorry guys, back with you. I was muted. I was concentrating really hard as well, Matthew, but apologies for that. Right, 10,000 feet, we've got the lights on, visibility is good outside, so pop those on. We're well below 250 knots. Don't think we've ever done a arrival to one of the Greek islands at night time before, so this is going to be interesting. I like that you thought, Matthew, I was just concentrating really hard. I promise I wasn't. Well, I was, but not that hard. So, remember the plan, it's green dot before moorings, flaps 1 as we leave, flaps 2 at LTAC, and then we configure for a stabilised approach, 2,500 feet at 324. Final check before the INAV approach, required 0.3, 0.03, that's high. That's fine, and we've got green dot speed 209. Matthew, better than your usual method of missing your top of descent while watching YouTube. Well, if you're watching us, then Matthew, all is forgiven. I like this, the sort of lights that you can just see randomly. I think they're ships. So the airfield is over here somewhere. Oh, there it is, I think. Yeah, there it is. I've just got to fly around the terrain. I think that's it. I can see some blue lights, I'm guessing that's it. Read us the announcement. Yeah, so the announcement pack that I use is custom for the channel, so it's all done as it was all working as expected, so no, that's fine. Right, we need to lose about 10, 20 knots, something like that, so if we're flying level, then that's about 2 miles out, but we are in the descent, so give it a bit more time. About 5-6 miles out from Morix. We'll activate that approach phase, start slowing down. Flying in the skies look free of uneducated flying maniacs. Don't speak too soon. Right, well, here's the little island that we spoke about in the brief that we're going to pass quite close to. It's a bit disconcerting at night, isn't it? In the daytime, obviously, with good VMC. But, yeah, it's night time. You're relying completely on the instruments. Highly sophisticated instruments, of course. Activate the approach. The aircraft is slowing down anyway because of the speed restriction that is in place at Morix, which is fine. VDEV's showing speed. Okay, let's get down 3,500 feet now. Flaps 1, speed's checked, flaps 1. Danny, was that the Met the day we went to Brussels, gusting 70 knots? Wow, look how low the pressure was as well. That's insane, isn't it? Right, I'll wind the speed down 180. Hi Andy, good timing, we're about to land, hopefully. Runway's in sight. And start to head down now, 2,500 feet. Flaps 2, speeds checked. Thrust idle over descent, 2,500. Cars traffic Alpine 4897. Home finals runway 32. 8 mile final. And all final blue, approach nav.
Course traffic, Sky Travel 624 on left base for RNAV 32.
Cabin crew, about 15 minutes to landing. If you can prepare the cabin, thank you.
I hope not. We should be on the ground in 5. Final approach.
Please take your seats for landing, thank you.
Missed approach altitude 3,000 feet set. Okay, gear down. Flaps 3, speeds checked. I was going to gear down before it, but I thought I might have just needed that to help us get down, but I didn't, so no problem delaying that slightly. Okay, 5 miles, flaps full, landing checklist. Cabin is secured, auto thrust, speed, go around altitudes 3,000, set, ECA memo, landing no blue. Get these lights on as well. Putting those lights on just made things slightly hazy, isn't it? Not too much, but enough. Danny, I'm not predicting a go around. Anything could happen though. We've seen it before. All's going well and at the last minute something becomes destabilised and we decide to shoot for another go. If that is the case, it's straight out to 326 and then left turn, hold at Leacock. 1,000 feet.
above.
What's about half? I have control.
Minimum
Continue.
500.
This is a very black hole effect.
$100, 50, 40, 20, retard, 5,
And spoilers deployed. Reverse. Come on, reverse green. There we go. Decel. That was very dark, wasn't it?
Coast traffic schedule 6245, miles final, runway 32.
70 knots, reverse is off. Let's get off the runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when
Where are
opening
you
the lockers in
going?
case
Come
anything
back.
falls out. Smoking
Coast
is not
traffic runway
permitted
32
until you reach
vacated.
a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter, or Easyjet app.
So guys, if you have enjoyed our flight this evening, please do leave a like on the stream. Really do appreciate that if you can. Of course, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. Welcome to Cos. That was incredibly dark though, wasn't it? Coming into land. Really dark. Now, shall we see if we can get GSX to give us a parking position? Where should we go? Let's go number 8. So this is a handcrafted airport as well, this one, so to find it so dark on the approach, no lights or anything, there wasn't even any leading lights, mind you that's probably accurate. Let me check the minimums for it. Runway 32, high intensity runway lights. Oh, runway 14's got the approach lighting system, runway 32 hasn't. We should probably pour that into the brief, there isn't any approach lights runway 32. Right, it's number 9. We're off to number 10, aren't we? Where's number 10? I actually can't remember which one we went for. Ah, this one. Number 8. Oh, and all the ground crew are waiting for us. I like it. Right, well, let's just turn that off so we don't blind them. This is the first time I've seen GSX and used it in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 for landing. So this will be interesting to see if this works. Stick around. We'll see what happens. Oh, we've also got Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, they must be bored tonight, the marshals. We've also got Microsoft Flight Simulators marshaller as well. Which one do we follow? They're both giving us different instructions. I'm going to follow the guy at the back, who I believe is GSX. Danny, Microsoft Flight Sim does simulate New Moon. I'm not sure about the lighting though. Although, you can see it on the ocean. So maybe that is the case. Are we stopping here then? There we go. Right, parking brakes set. And APU's up and running. We'll get the APU bleed on. Close those down. Seatbelt signs off. Oh, GSX was never happy with my parking, even in FSX. So, yeah, no change there. We're going to get the deboarding. Request deboarding.
The boarding requested.
I might just stick around and check this out and see if it works. Should we have a look? Is anyone going to tell this marshaller that he can go home now? You've done a grand job, sir, but
Passenger's bus is coming.
you can now leave. Shut these off. Squawk 2000. We shouldn't get floating passengers, I don't think. Not if they're using a bus. Steve, GSX, FS 2020 guys fighting with the bands. That'd be quite kind of cool to see, wouldn't it? Yeah, here's the bus for the passengers. Whoops. Has anybody else noticed in Microsoft Flight Sim that the marshallers, though, they've all dropped
the boarding starting.
They've all dropped the right-hand button. They've lost it. It's they've left it somewhere in the terminal. Well, ground crew's doing a solid job. Are the passengers going to start to make their appearance in a minute? Right, well we've got cabin crew. Oh, thank you. Ah, here we go. Oh, that's the first time I've seen the cabin crew there actually, you know, thanking them for flying with us today. But this actually seems to be all doing a grand job. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Well, guys, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed our stream this evening. It's been quite a nice one, hasn't it? Nearly 3 hours tonight, so good fun. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like on the way out. To those of you who have contributed to the channel this evening, a huge thank you for helping to continue to support me in what I do. And to our new channel members as well, thank you so much for joining and for the gifted subs. Really do appreciate that, guys. And I look forward to seeing you all again in the future. If you're in the UK, then have a great bank holiday Monday tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you all again on the next one. Good night, everyone.